Hi everyone, Kira here. So, have you been trying to stop a habit that you've been in process with for a long time? It could be any number of things. And if you know that that habit is generally a result of something else, and because that's really what it boils down to, whether it's, it could be stopping smoking, it could be overeating, it could be anything. There is usually a component that's tied to it that has kept you in a behavior or a pattern or a habit for a number of years, potentially. And so, if you have a habit that you've been trying to change or shift, or if you've been trying to get motivated towards something, let's just back up for a second. Okay. So, the first thing is that we take a habit that you've been doing that maybe is unhealthy, whatever that might be, and you know in your heart of hearts that it's just not right for you. It's not the thing for you anymore. You are in the process of releasing that old habit. Well, what happens naturally is that once we stop a habit that we've been doing consistently for a long time, we get retaliation. We get retaliation internally. Now, it could feel like anxiety, it could feel like depression, it could feel like a bunch of different things, a lot of different types of emotions. And so, if you stop something that has been maybe an unhealthy coping mechanism for you for a long time, that feeling that has been kind of suppressed for a while will come up. And so sometimes we'll do something, that habit will come back full force because we're trying to repress or suppress that feeling that's coming up. But I'm here to tell you that that feeling or that sensation or that emotional state that has been being pushed down for a long time is information. And that's all it is. It has nothing really to do with you. It might not even be your thought. It may not even be your idea. It could have been something you agreed about when you were really young and you've actually grown out of it, but your software hasn't updated yet because that habit has been keeping that belief system in place. I know that might sound a little bit far out there, but it's true. If I do say so myself, it's true. It's a true thing. It's a true statement. So you have the opportunity to, instead of running back to that habit, to that coping mechanism, to instead go, wait a minute, how am I feeling right now? What is it that I'm needing right now? Where am I right now? Who am I right now? What do I want differently in my life as a result of stopping this old habit? And when we ask those questions to ourselves, there might be a number of things that come up. Different beliefs, different thoughts, different limiting beliefs, different even negative thinking will come up as a result of asking some of those questions. But if you're really committed to changing your health in that way, then whatever it was that was keeping that old thing in place will come to the surface. So what do you do with that when it comes up? For me, it's anxiety. So that's how it's always been my whole life. Since I was 11 years old, they said, yeah, she's got anxiety. you know, um, for other people, it may be negative self-talk. It could be depression. It could be a variety of other things that pop in, hyperfixation, things like that will come in to kind of almost in some cases replace that habit in a way. So sometimes you might find this teeter-totter balance thing where you stop doing this one bad habit, but then you start doing another bad habit. So it's all a test and measure, information gathering thing. So you don't have to, be committed to, I have to do this thing and I have to do it perfectly and I have to do it right and I have to succeed at therapy. It's a process. So let yourself off the hook. And if there is something that you're wanting to stop, this is something that, and only do this under medical care, but there is something you can do. And you can go completely hard against the grain. So if you're actively doing something, right, that you know is unhealthy for you, stop it completely. Stop that thing. Stop it and go hard against the grain and go the other way. Now, this could also include things like, poor relationships, where you've been in a habit of always clinging to people to feel better, and to people please and all that kind of stuff. You can go hard against the grain the other way and just say, I'm not doing anything for anyone right now. It may change, but right now I am not doing anything for anyone at all. Right? Sometimes it's a hard no until you can find your balance. And then if it's chemical, if that's kind of thing, like I said, medical care is always good for different types of processing when it comes to getting rid of chemicals in your body. But if it's something that you feel pretty confident that you're ready to shift and change, you might have physical symptoms from not having that particular thing that you're bringing into your body. But there are lots of ways that you can balance that out and work with people as you do it. So instead you go, okay, this is what's coming up for me. Yeah, write it in your journal. If that's the first step. So go hard against the grain, feel what your feelings are underneath that, write it in your journal. And if you want to go back to that habit, fine. I understand. I really do. And it's okay for you to understand that it's okay for you to do that as well. It's okay. You're still lovable in all of this, right? You're just finding your direction. You're finding your flow. You're finding your balance. So write in the journal. Then maybe in a week or so, try it again. I'm going to go hard against the grain. I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to get information and I'm going to feel through what it feels like. And then this is what comes up for me now. Write that down in your journal. And then as you kind of build this information base, which what you'll more than likely find is that you've got a set of beliefs stuck in there that have been kind of manipulating the situation. It's because it's not often the chemical. Smokers, for example, generally nicotine is out of the body in 3 days. So if you can get through 3 days, you don't have to smoke again, right? Right? It's generally about that, right? So if you have something like that, where you know that the chemical component is actually released from your body, the only thing that's left is the habit. So breaking it is by going against the grain, finding out what's really underneath it all, and then you say, all right, I know what's happening. I can bring this to a therapist. I can bring this to a coach. I can bring this to a loving friend. I can do that and help me dismantle those old belief systems that I'm keeping me suppressed in this old habit. These are just some tips, some ideas. You take what you love, you leave the rest, and trust yourself. You can do this. I believe in you. All right, take care.